Initiating rear talk. Defining rear talk. Talking in the rear, from the rear. Speaking out of the rear without being judged. You've heard the expression, speaking out of your ass. In other words, this podcast talks about anything and everything. Buckle up, get ready. We're going to have some fun. Finally, an uncut, uncensored, real, raw podcast. No matter what the topic, we'll cover it.
Without hesitating.
Welcome to Rear Talk. Here's your host, Trey.
Hello. Welcome to Real Talk. I hope everybody's doing well today. It's quite a rainy day out there for us. And if you're comfortable at home, I welcome you to the show. And today I got something juicy for you guys. I can't believe what I saw. So shout out to Sherry, a good friend of mine who sent me this text, and I was able to check the article. And this is what it says. You ready? Arkansas legislator passes bill to allow EMTs and doctors to refuse to treat LGBTQ people. Wow. Okay, so we're going to get right into this. We're going to jump right into this. So tell me, and as I read the article, for those of you guys who probably saw it, and shout out to people in Arkansas, I read this article, and I got to tell you, first of all, I was shocked. I can't believe this is even happening. This is insane. It really is. So I decided, and I got the text actually this afternoon, and I decided, it was worth making an episode about this. So you tell them basically EMTs and first responders, they can actually utilize if I'm allergic basically to something such as my religious belief, my morals and values are compromised based on someone being hurt or someone that I need to care for, I can simply decline to help them. In a nutshell, that's what this article is about. So basically, it's giving the power to EMTs and doctors to refuse to treat LGBTQ people. So the bill is to allow healthcare providers to turn away patients due to their religious belief. In other words, I'm going to put it in a pragmatic way. So let's say you are gay and I'm called, somewhere you got hurt on the street or whatever the case may be. And as an EMT, I get there and I realize that, you're gay. My religious belief tells me, for example, that, I shouldn't be talking to a gay person or I shouldn't be actually caring for a gay person. So based on those beliefs, what the bill is saying is I can literally walk away. I can actually tell you that I'm not going to take care of you. Whether you're bleeding, you got 16 bullets in your body, I don't care. Or let's say the EMTs are not the issue, so they're able to take you to the hospital. The doctor who's supposed to take care of you, who's assigned to actually save lives, can simply decline using the services to help you out. That's what this bill is talking about. That's been a proposed law, and it's been called, according to the article, one of the most extreme and deadly anti-LGBTQ healthcare bill seen in years. And the bill is supposed to be heading to the governor's desk. So at this time, as I'm recording this podcast, I don't know what's going to happen to the bill, but let's consider this as part one. And I will certainly follow up and do a part two about this situation. So I can't wait to hear you guys' comments and where you stand with this. And this is happening in Arkansas again. And the topic today is about Arkansas legislator passing a bill to allow EMTs and doctors to refuse to treat LGBTQ people. All right, so let's get right into it. Here's where I stand with that. Behind the workers' religious belief, there is also an oath to serve. So first responders, EMTs, and no matter how you want to call it, and doctors and all that, they went to school, that lengthy school that took them half a century. They graduated from there to save lives. That's what they do, and that's what they do best. And shout out to these guys for all the sacrifice and the long hours and all the good things they're doing. So once you take that oath to save lives, you must honor it. It's like asking a soldier to be selective on the battlefield whether his consciousness will be okay with killing or being killed. I don't get that. So one of the things we need to all understand is behind the LGBTQ person, there is a human life. I don't care what you think of them. But at the end of the day, whether that person decided to take a different gender or whatever the case may be, might believe in different ways to conforming to this society or not, the way is, at the end of the day, there are human beings just like you and I. When you peel the onions, there is basically a human being behind all that. So you have no right to just decide whether you're going to save that person. So it's just basically, if we just peel the onions behind this bill that they want to pass, is like, yo, I can decide whether I want to save you or not based on if I feel comfortable. The key word is if I feel comfortable basically caring for you. So if I find out that you are gay and I don't like gays, then I don't have to care for you. That's what this is saying. So that's crazy. This is very deplorable. And part of some of the things I want to talk about is, first of all, let's talk about the people who actually even came out with this bill. Let's get to it. Is that what we elect you guys for? I mean, you're looking at, first of all, the vaccine and COVID right now decimated pretty much the country. And you're seeing where we have basically the upper hand at this point with the vaccine spreading wild in terms of the effort by the government. And, people are able not to get vaccinated. Okay, meaning they don't have to wait for 10 years to get vaccinated. At this point, shouldn't that be our focus? Multiplying our effort to actually just spreading this vaccination campaign? Okay, all right, you don't get that, right? This one flew over your head. Let's talk about taxes, stimulus check, and things like that. Shouldn't that be your concern? Teaching people what to do with their money, or creating bills where people can invest their money into the local economy? I'm sure in Arkansas, there are people right now who would love to use that money to do something that's going to yield to a passive income. How do they do that? They don't know. Why don't you take time to think about things like that and provide those kind of resources to those guys? Don't you have kids out there who need actually support? Don't you guys have cases or women abuse and violence and things that really requires your attention rather than going out there and sitting down and passing a bill that just don't make no sense? Look, I don't live in Arkansas, but I don't need to live in Arkansas to know that this is foul. It really is. So what are we electing you guys for? Just to go sit around and create some utopia in regards to how you see the world? Is that some kind of new world order? This is foul, dude. It really is. So my other thing about that is, why use these people to even pursue your agendas? Because behind this bill, it sounds to me there's a different agenda. It sounds to me there's more obscure agenda. What it is exactly you're trying to do? Because, like I said, it's pretty obvious. If I don't like you, for whatever reason, I don't feel comfortable, then I have all right to simply, decline saving your life or giving you care. And according to this article, it says also that the bill actually protects healthcare professionals, including doctors and nurses, and any individual who furnishes or assists in the provision of healthcare service, including social workers and pharmacists. So not only the doctor, the EMTs, we're taking this all the way to the nurses and the pharmacists. They can all turn your way just because you live in a different life, just because you're looking different, just because you're feeling different or feeling different under a different skin. So the bill, according to the article, also employers who provide healthcare as part of their employees' compensation. Even they can ask their employees be denied a specific medical procedure as long as they claim that their conscience requires them to do. Really? I mean, come on. What land we're living here? So this proposal is supposed to go on the Governor Hutchinson, Republican's desk. His office has written a statement that is neutral on the law at the moment. So whether it goes into effect or may not, we don't know. But all he needs to do is apply his signature to it, and it goes into effect. So you can tell, obviously, a lot of people are heated right now, including myself. So let me ask you this. The EMTs and nurses and doctors and pharmacists and all this core involved into that, do you think everybody agrees with that? I don't think so. I mean, think about it. Think about the pharmacist or even a doctor after just turning people away. How do you think this guy can go home and look into the kids' eyes knowing that they let someone die? Or to turn away someone who needed critical help? How do you expect them to even just be a doctor? If my goal is to be selective as a doctor on who leaves, who dies, or who get cares, who doesn't, what's the point of this doctor career? What's the point of even being a doctor? What's the point of even wearing the white blouse? How do you expect these people to even go to church and ask for God's forgiveness? When I know, for example, as a doctor, last week, I let 3 or 4 people die because I just didn't feel comfortable in my conscience giving them the medical care they deserve. How do you expect someone to live like that? You will not convince me that this is the entire medical corps who feel this way. I'm sure there are a handful of people who feel like, you know what, we need to decline service to these people. But I do not believe that you got a 98% of people in the medical field who all feel like this is supposed to be legal and supposed to be done. I mean, it's all legal if it passes, but it's just the bill is foul. Okay, so let's put it this way, hypothetically. So what if the doctor who actually turning people away because of his consciousness has his own family member refuse service somewhere because somebody else actually did the same thing? So how do you think that doctor would feel about the law? Or how do you feel like that family member who's been denied service will feel about the law? You see, this thing going to go around. It's going to be a big mess. It's not a good idea. And we need to put our mind for better things. We need to be actually doing better things. We need to be focusing on things that really, really, really people care about. We need to be focusing on what the people in Arkansas, and you guys being in charge in Arkansas, y'all need to be focusing on what the people need. Not this kind of bull crap about this kind of law. It's ridiculous. It's outrageous. So let me know how you feel about this. Comments, let me know how you feel about this. Because like I said again, this could happen in your state. So let me know how you feel. I'm out.
You've been listening to Rear Talk. If we feel like talking about it, we talk about it.
We talk about it.
It's kind of like eavesdropping on a private conversation, but not so private. We hope you enjoyed the show. We know we had fun. We'll be back soon. But in the meantime, hook up with us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and more. Check out the website at www.reartalk.com and contact us through email at businesstubeline@gmail.com. Till next time, this is Rear Talk, signing off.